What's up, boys? I'm here with Hugo today.
What's going on, guys? I'm Hugo.
And today we're going to be talking about turning your passion into a source of income because you want to tell them what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Hugo, and as you know, I'm turning 17 soon, and I've had a big passion for fishing, and now I'm making money off of that, and I'm doing commercial fishing.
Cool. I was going to talk about how we met. Like, we literally met fishing, I think. What was it, 7th grade?
It was probably 7th grade. Mike and I, we went to middle school together, and we sort of found out sitting at lunch that we both like fishing.
Yeah, we'd just be talking about, I remember, and then we talk, and then what did we make a plan? We went fishing. We'd go like every weekend.
Yeah, we made a plan. We basically literally just, let's go fishing this weekend. We went fishing at this reservoir.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we ended up spending, 3 summers in a row, every day fishing.
Literally I'll get those like flashbacks on Snap. It'll be like 3 years ago today, and I'll be like every day fishing.
Oh, every day.
It's crazy.
And when we weren't catching fish, we were collecting lures.
Oh yeah, Walmart, bro.
Walmart, we spent hundreds
God.
of dollars at Walmart buying lures, like flexing. Oh, I got a better rod setup than you.
Oh my God, bait casters, bro.
Like we'd be obsessed with like certain reels, and sort of that's how the passion started.
Yeah, that's kind of really what started it. And I mean, you kept going. I kind of stopped after like 3 years.
Yeah, you got into reselling,
Yeah, I did shoes, and that's another way to turn passion into a source of income. I mean, I started collecting first, then I realized, I can make money off of it. So
yeah.
I'm sure you guys have seen the other podcasts, but yeah, I just love fishing, like occasionally. But
yeah.
So you.
So I started, basically background on me is when I was, when I turned 14, I realized, I can get a job. I saw a lot of my friends sort of working at Market Basket, working at your local shop, and I wanted to work at a fishing store. So I woke up one morning, called the fishing store. 2 days later, I was working there. And I think working at the store was a lot more, I learned a lot than what I really thought it'd be. I thought I'd sort of be sitting there, packing dead fish all day, which is obviously part of the job, making up chum. But then I discovered, commercial fishing. And so I think when a lot of people think about commercial fishing, they think of, the movie The Perfect Storm, where you see those guys from Gloucester coming out with all their rain gear, hauling huge nets on these gigantic boats.
Yeah.
When in reality, I'm going out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights fishing with my friends, and we're making money off what we catch.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I think that's so cool, and because not many people do that.
Not a lot of people do that, and I had no clue what it was.
Really?
I mean, when I first started working in the fishing store, I had no clue how it worked.
Really?
I just saw these guys bring in their fish, whatever. They're all older. What's cool is that I do it with 2 of my buddies. We also all work at the fishing store together.
Yeah.
And we're the youngest guys who do that by 30 years. All of the other people are older. There's a few, young 20, 25-year-olds who do it, but...
Yeah. I feel like most people that fish are old. Like, I don't know, I remember when I used to just go fishing at the lakes, like, everyone would be like 60, they'd be like, no way you're fishing.
Yeah.
But...
So, I guess I'll start by sort of explaining how it works.
Yeah.
So, the commercial, we fish for striped bass. I should have explained that earlier, but we fish for striped bass, also known as stripers.
Just striped bass?
Just stripers, just striped bass. When the commercial striper season starts, it officially opens on June 16th. But this year it opened on June 20th, because a good thing to understand is it's by day. So striper fishing this year, you can only catch and keep stripers on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays.
So that's why you go Monday,
That's why I go Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Got you.
And there's also regulations set on the size of the striper you can keep.
Okay.
So if you're a recreational fisherman like you, Mike, or any of the viewers right now, you can keep any fish between 28 inches to 35 inches to eat.
Okay.
You can't sell it. You can eat it.
Oh, you can't sell it?
You can't sell it.
Really?
Without a commercial permit, you can't sell it.
Okay.
When you have your commercial permit, all the fish you catch on those Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, to be able to be sold, need to be above 35 inches.
Really?
They all have to be above 35 inches. So we go out Sunday night.
Yeah.
Obviously, we go out after midnight, 12:01 Sunday night. Technically, 12:01 Monday is when you're allowed to start fishing. We usually go out at night. So we'll go out at night and we'll live line eels. You'll take an eel, a live eel, you put it through the bottom of the jaw, hook it right before its eyes, you cast it out there, you keep the line taut.
So how many lines do you run at a time?
Usually we'll usually fish 3 guys on the boat. Braden and Owen, if you're watching that, those are my guys right there. And we'll fish probably around 6 lines.
That's not even bad.
We'll keep 2 running in the back.
Yeah.
We'll keep 1 on the bow, and then we'll hold. But we don't sit. We always move around. We have a trolling motor. We look for those spots. We talk to the other guys on the water.
Okay.
And the first time I really had my first experience with commercial fishing was one my friend Donnie, if you're also watching this, you're a beast, at the bait shop, was huge into it. You know, he never went to college. He worked at the bait shop. He makes good money, and he's obsessed with commercial fishing. That's sort of, he makes a lot of money doing that over the summer.
Yeah.
And so he took me out one night. He was like, because I was 14. I didn't really catch any big fish at the time.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
And he's like, you know what, I'll take you out fishing. We'll catch some big fish. And that's when I really got my first feeling of, oh my God, these guys, I was in love with it. I mean, I came home and I wouldn't shut up about it for about 3 weeks to my mom. Mom, I went fishing at 3 a.m. and you could see everything. There's so many boats. Like, I was freaking out about it. I loved every second about it. And now knowing that you can make money, you're getting paid to do what you love.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Is just out of this world.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know it was like that like you know, especially at night. I thought it was like 4 a.m. Like, you know, they come back, they start at like 4 to like 7 was really like.
So you can also fish during the day. That's what you fish.
Yeah, I fish during the day, but like, wait, why do you go in the morning though?
I go in the morning, just because it's usually when there's not a lot of boats in the water. The fish sort of feed earlier in the morning. There's a lot of baits, a lot of birds.
Okay.
But the reason we go out at night is because the bigger fish tend to hang out at night.
They do.
They do.
Okay.
And I think what's something that's really like shocking when you're not really familiar with striper fishing is when we go night fishing, we're not out 4, 5, 3 miles offshore.
Yeah.
We're close to the beach. We're on a boat, but we are close to the beach. We look and aim for fish in about 5 feet of water.
So you're saying like I could go on land and technically catch the same fish?
So, with your commercial permit, you can get one for a boat or one for land.
Got you.
So you can get a commercial permit, fishing from land.
Does it cost money to get that permit?
Yeah, it's cheaper. I think it's around $50 for a land permit.
Per year?
Don't correct me. Yeah, by season.
That's not bad.
And it's around $180 this year for a boat permit.
That's still.
And both people are limited to 15 fish above 35 inches per day. So on Monday, I'm allowed to bring in 15 fish. Tuesday, 15. Wednesday, 15.
How many do you normally catch, like on a like average day?
On an average day, anything from 7 to 12.
Jeez,
so it's pretty
that's
good.
Crazy.
And the market goes by poundage. So I'll sort of
is it like live prices?
Yep. So the
Really?
prices change every day. So I'll sort of give a background. I went out last week. We left Monday night, and we got 12 fish.
Okay.
And we came back the next morning, and we weighed them. Mm-hmm. It weighed something in the 300 pounds area. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
And after we weighed them, you tagged them. So the guys who work at the bait shop, when I'm not working, they tag them. When I'm working, that's part of my job if I'm working on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. It's like a little pink tag you put right on their lip just to sort of identify this fish is above 35 inches.
Okay.
You can drop them off at Crossroads Bait and Tackle. It's the bait shop. It's one of the many drop-off spots in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And after you drop off your fish, you weigh them. You go inside, and they give you a slip. They fill out the slip. The slip is your name on the top, your permit ID, the date you caught, how many fish you caught, what kind of fish you caught. Obviously, they're all stripers, so you just write bass on the slip. So, say we wrote bass, 12 fish, 300 pounds, sign it.
Yep.
They hand us one copy. They staple another copy that they bring to them when they come pick up the fish.
Okay.
The company, sort of the big company that works behind all of this is called Intershell. And Intershell comes to these drop-off locations, such as Crossroads Bait and Tackle and the other ones in Massachusetts, to pick up fish every night at the end of the commercial day. So at the end of Monday, at the end of Tuesday, and at the end of Wednesday, they'll come in and pick up our fish. They pick up the fish. We hand them that paper with all the slips stapled on that I mentioned.
Yeah.
With all the total pounds in the fish, of all the fish in the vats, and they get then sent down to Boston to the restaurants.
Really? Okay.
They all get sent down to Boston.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So
the poundage usually goes like a good day. For example, last week we got unlucky. We caught our 12 fish when it was $3.35 a pound, $3.35 a pound.
Okay.
And the day after was $4.75 a pound. So we got pretty unlucky.
That's pretty cool though.
It's just pretty cool. And when the season ends, the season will end. There's a quota.
What's that? What's
the quota is basically
what's the last day of the season?
So there's no specific day at the end of the day of the season when the quota gets filled.
Okay.
So usually the quota will get filled in like end of September or early September.
Okay.
So it's pretty short. You said last year summer.
3 months? 4
Yeah,
months?
about. That's when your quota gets filled.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, how was the shop?
So working at the shop was I want to say a weird experience. Because
Why?
here I am, 14 years old, thinking, I sort of had this whole, how do I say? I was sort of love struck by fishing, blinded by it,
Yeah.
Because there is sort of a dark side
Dark
to
side to
fishing.
anything, bro.
Anything there's a dark side to.
Yeah.
But the fishing side, there's a lot of poaching.
Oh.
And as much as, I still do bring in fish and sell them as commercial, the other day I was working and some guy brought in a bunch of fish and their heads were all beat up, meaning he would like hit the fish, like kill them like in an inhumane way. Like even that was like pretty bothering. That sort of, sort of took a moment like, dude, why am I doing this type of thing?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you gotta understand, I always tell myself, it's sort of the way nature works.
It is.
And these fish are being used to feed us. They're going
it's the
down to
life cycle,
Boston.
that's
It's
what
the life cycle.
How it is.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think what's a good side of also, not just commercial fishing, but also chartering.
Yeah.
Chartering's pretty popular. I'm sure everyone knows what a charter is, but it's
Yeah.
basically when you pay a captain who will take you fishing to a specific spot.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Of course, you've done charters.
Yeah.
I've done charters. I've actually worked on a charter boat on the side.
Do you really?
I do. I work
So
on
that's 3 jobs basically?
pretty much 3 jobs,
Okay.
more 2. But I
Okay.
work on the bait shop part-time. Well, yeah, part-time, and then I work at the charter boat too.
Yeah.
And so I'm a deckhand, and we run trips, probably about 3 trips a week. Where
During
we
the
go
day?
out. During the day, they're all during the day. You can
Gotcha.
pay more like smaller people, like smaller charters to take you out at night. It's not super popular with the charterings.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great other aspect of sort of making income of something you love, but there's a lot more restraints to chartering. You have to get your captain's license.
Really?
You need a certain hours of sea time.
Okay.
Your boat needs to pass a lot of inspections.
Oh, because you're responsible for all those people
Exactly.
on the boat,
When
so
you're
it's not
when you
just
get your cap, yeah, exactly. When you're a charter captain, your customers' lives are pretty much in your hands.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Whereas commercial fishing, if you're 16 years old, start it right now. You can get your permit right away
Yeah.
at 16 years old.
So how many people do you take out in the charters? Like,
On the charters, we take out.
is it like boats packed with like 50 people where it's like
No.
a disaster? Or
So
like,
I work on a small charter boat. It's got a 6-pack. He's got a 6-pack license where he's allowed to take a maximum of 6 people.
Oh, okay, that's chill.
It's a 38 sport fish, so it's a nice boat, and we usually take around 4 to 5 people,
Well, that's perfect.
which is perfect, and it's a lot of fun. They always have a lot of fun.
Is it people that know how to fish, or you teach them how to
So
fish?
we've had people who come in who are really good fishermen,
Yeah.
who are just like, I have a boat, I don't want to take it, or I have a boat, I don't really know where the fish are, or
Okay.
I don't have a boat, but I'm super passionate with fishing,
Gotcha.
sort of take me out.
Yeah.
So, and then we also have a mix of people where it's like, I've never gone fishing, I'm on a bachelor party right now. We booked a charter, 4 dudes.
Yeah.
We want to get hammered on the water type of thing.
Yeah. I
We
feel
want to
that.
get hammered, and we don't want to really have to drive the boat and be responsible. Take
Yeah.
us out to go catch fish while we drink. Which we love those trips because could then end up tipping a lot. When they get pretty
yeah.
drunk, they tip a lot. So,
Yeah, that's another huge thing in boats.
oh yeah,
The tips are insane. I've heard, people working at the was it the dock?
yeah, they're good tips.
Yeah, people that have boats have money, and But
Yeah.
was that all? I don't know.
What did we cover? We covered the commercial aspect. I think this is a really sweet podcast that sort of Mike has
Thank you.
been developing.
Thank you.
I mean, we're obviously all young, and we see a lot of people around us stuck in sort of that that loop you see where it's like,
Yeah.
I got to work at Market Basket.
Well, that's why I made this.
Exactly.
Because I want people to see that like you can literally turn your passion into making money.
I mean, you used to work at Shaw's.
Yeah, I used
for
to work
bit.
at a grocery store. It was awful, and then I realized I was making more reselling sneakers than I was actually working at the grocery store, so I just quit.
Exactly.
So
I see a
and
lot
that's
of
how you're
people
doing the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you viewers, and don't feel like, oh, I have to work in this restaurant, or
Yeah.
I have to do this.
Because I see people that are like, I have to get a job at a restaurant because
Yeah.
that's what everyone else is doing. That's the only thing that's available.
I mean, I have one of my buddies. He's super passionate with cars,
Yeah.
And he worked at a restaurant, and he did the dishes. He hated every single second of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I'm going to work at an automobile shop. He didn't think he was hired. He got hired. He works on cars now. He loves it. He looks forward to going to work. He hangs out at his work.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. You know, you meet people that are all like have the same like passions and stuff, and it's just chill. Like it's not even work at that point. And I think that's what I kind of want to like talk about. That was like kind of the whole point of today, was just to talk about that. And there's options out there. Just, you know, Google stuff, like look into it. Because I really, like when I said I started reselling, but I didn't know. I was just collecting shoes and Supreme and all that stuff because I liked it. And then I was like, oh wow, you can actually make money from this, because I knew kids that were doing it at the time. So.
I mean, it's pretty popular. You see it a lot on social media of people.
Influence.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, same thing with fishing though, because I see, you know, you see all those YouTube videos for people like out in Florida and they'll be like catching like huge, like, I don't know, I used to watch those all the time.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's a great sort of idea of thinking like, you know, we took fishing as what, kids?
Yeah.
If my 7-year-old self would look back and think, I'm fishing, making money off what I catch.
That's crazy.
It's just like unreal. I mean, I love catching big fish. It's always, if you like fishing, you always want to catch your big fish.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's like I'm literally getting paid to strictly catch big fish.
That's crazy.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the opportunities are crazy like that. I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about.
I think that's it?
Yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Mike, for having me on this podcast. I've always wanted to be on it for a while
Yeah,
now,
he's been asking, so.
We finally sort of got it together, got some new equipment, so I think this is going to be a good episode.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.